Okay, I'm not going to overload you guys with videos today, but I figured I was going to say a few words about what in the world is going on. Because this next chapter and topic, it can be a bit fragmented, because we're going to learn about four different countries. And I just like to post a sort of reminder why, because we're going to learn about Canada, Malta, Jamaica, and New Zealand, which are four very different countries. But the reason why is because you are supposed to know some things about a few English-speaking countries. And those are the ones we've chosen because you already know quite a lot about the biggest ones, so Australia, India, and the US. And of course, they have all been part of the British Empire. So the aims for the period, these next few weeks, is to be able to. I'll zoom in a bit. Where's my zoom? Be able to talk about the history and geography of these four countries. Say something about the discovery of America. I mean, two of the countries were discovered, or well, Jamaica wasn't discovered by the Brits, but it became a colonial empire, or part of Britain's colonial empire. It became a colony of Britain. And some things about the consequences of colonization, and we're going to do like broad strokes there. So the consequence of British control of some of these areas, why Britain was so incredibly interested in it, stuff like that. And these are familiar topics to some of you, I hope, from social studies, for instance. There's a lot of imperialism here, for example. But these aims are very, very broad. So the aims for today, what I hope you've learned at the end of the day today, is some things about Malta's history. We're going to focus on Malta today because it's closest to Europe and it's very challenging. I have to warn you about that already. I've found a YouTube video that you should watch, but Malta has a very long history and sort of early history before the 1500s. There are a lot of countries and empires that some of you may have never heard of. Um, so that's going to be a little bit confusing the first maybe 5 minutes of the video. You might hear about some things that you've never heard of before, and that's okay. Just focus on, okay, what happens in Malta, what happened to them. I don't expect a full, thorough overview of it. Okay. Say how and why they came under British control, especially the why is sort of your own thoughts. It's a pretty difficult question as well. Um, but I'm very interested to hear what you think. You know, why did the British think that such a tiny island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea was of importance? And lastly, you should be able to talk about Maltese geography, which is should have probably stood at the top here because it's the easiest aim, I think. Okay, so that's sort of the plan going forwards. We're going to start off with Malta, focus on those today and tomorrow. Next week we'll start with one of the other countries.